So I'll clear up a couple questions have been asked. This is the F350. If you guys go back a bunch of videos, you'll see my 97 350. That looked a similar setup, but this is just a lot newer, 97 to 2011. I still have to come up with a running board for this side. It was damaged when I bought it, and I am unable to find one used, so I guess I'll have to break down and buy a new one. This is the 2860. This is the first new Massey I bought. This is 2 years old. I traded it in and bought it back when I bought the 4707. Of course, the big loader's gone. 4707 will handle the pusher and pushing snowbanks back and loading snow. So, all right. So on this right here, I had a rust spot, a hole through when I cut it. I don't know because of the light if you can see this. There's still a blister here. I hadn't got into that yet. I'm trying to get this stuff done before winter. So what I did was I welded it in, then I used a blending wheel, or ground it down, then used a blending wheel and put a light coat of gloss over it. I rust killed it first, and then of course I used the well-through primer when I welded it in. I painted it, and I undercoated the backside with Rhino bed liner, and then I put a rubberizing after that healed up. I put a like a rubberized undercoating on it. It's right where it's going to catch a lot of stuff. I didn't want anything getting in there. There's a couple little more blisters, one right here, one right here. I'll take care of those in the spring. So let's go for a little ride, and I'll show you what I was doing on the other side of property. We had talked about that. We'll just take the 2860. Seems there's a key in it. Yeah, the key's in this. Up becomes a pusher. So, and at some point I'll do a video on how to use the pushers. And it is warm in here. It's 50 some degrees today. The wind's blowing. I'd walk over there, but you know, just too much wind. So let's go for a little cruise. Let's see, let's go third gear. Now I'll drop that down a little bit, and we select forward, release the brake, and away we go. I can hear the fender vibrating. Oh, it's the door. I don't have the door closed all the way. All right, let's get out here on the road. This full tractor last year did a lot of the driveways and the smaller businesses. I expect it'll do the same again this year. The bigger tractor will handle some of the bigger driveways and bigger commercial spots. So I wasn't going to do this part of it this year, but I had extra fill that came in, and it was nice stuff, so of course I used it. I am going to bring this up even more, but this is kind of the basics where we wanted to go with the driveway, a little bit on an angle. So pick a little bit lower gear, even lower. So there was a big hole here, and I've kind of filled this in with the gravel I have. Now this is my property line right here. It runs on an angle. And you'll see piles of brush that I've been pushing up, and I will, as they've dried down, I'll remove them and some of the dead trees in the spring. And this is where we were when we put the culvert pipe in. I'll get to the other side of it, and we'll take a... hopefully this is hard enough. I come across it a couple times with the... and no problem. The gravel's settling out pretty well. This is more of the woods that was in here. That was the wood itself here hadn't been taken care of in a long time. My fault, and never did anything with it. Let me just bump the throttle here. We'll get out for a second. So the water was running all across here when I came over the Mini and did this. Now we are going to bring this up, and I decided, we're getting leaves. The water has slowed a little bit. Still running fairly good, but hopefully that's about as much as it's going to run. So there's 8-inch tile in there. I am going to extend the tile about 4 to 6 feet more on each side. That way, when I bring the driveway up, I've decided to fix the driveway so I can drive pickups across it instead of just the four-wheelers. So of course it's got to be wider. So yeah, my property line comes right to, let's see, where do we go here? It comes down through here, goes in behind this tree, and now it goes towards the windmills, and then it crosses the brook and goes down the other way. So this is the mud that was taken out. Now I'll take this mud out of here in the spring, use the 1-ton or the tractor and the dump trailer, and I'll move it all down to a spot where they can be spread out and dried even more, and then seeded. But all this is from the windstorm we had a year ago, a year and a half ago, knocked the trees over, and you'll see random trees through here now. There's still some trees that need to be taken down, and we'll start working on that. So the goal was to get the driveway open here again. There was just a small path through here and a four-wheeler trail. Now we've got it opened up. So I'll take you around the whole and then back. Well, let's do that. We've got enough time. I'm not running too long. I'm at 6 minutes. Let's see if we can do this. I want to keep it under 10. It's easier to upload under 10. And I'll try not to over talk. So some more of the wood. Some of these trees have been down for a long period of time. We've had one ice storm, a couple ice storms, and a couple big windstorms that took some trees down. Again, I just piled brush in certain areas and some stumps, and then we'll and you can see down there the brook. I'll bring you over here where you can see the brook a little better. I may run this in 2 videos, so be part 1, part 2. So wasn't meant to go through here with a pusher on, but we'll do it. So right here to my right, this is where the wash plant used to be. The state used to wash gravel in here, and yeah, they let's see, maybe I'll stop and we'll walk over here and I'll do a little part 1, part 2. Okay, hang on. Stay tuned for part 2 of the property.